Hey, it's Squidly. So this is my 1-year anniversary with the Gossamer Gear the 2. So I've had the Gossamer Gear the 2 for about a year now, and I've had it on enough nights, on enough trips to kind of make an assessment of things I like and things maybe I don't like so much. Let me start off by saying that I really do like this tent. But let's go over just some of the pros and cons. And I'll start with the pros. First of all, as a 2-person tent, it's really big. There is, on the inside, there is plenty of space. And you can see on the inside, I'm on a trip right now, and I am actually getting packed up for the day. So I still have a couple of things in here I've got to pack up. But you can see for a 2-person tent, there is a lot of space here. Last night it rained, and I was able to get all of my gear in here, plus me, and be able to sleep and be comfortable and have plenty of room. So the size of it is the first pro for the tent. The second thing is the waterproofness. I did a video about a few months ago about the weatherproofness of the tent, and I can attest that it is weatherproof. In addition to that test that I did, kind of a backyard test, I have also had it in the rain in the Smokies, and now on this trip in the Sipsey Wilderness. It rained for a big part of last night, and there was no rain that came in. The Gossamer Gear the 2 is a lightweight tent. It's a trekking pole tent. I bring trekking poles anyway, so with this tent, I don't have the additional weight of poles. And finally, one more of the pros, the things that I really like about this tent is, and you can see on this side, all the mesh, which helps it to breathe, and with a single wall tent, you need it to breathe as much as possible. Now for a couple of the cons. I'm convinced that if you have a piece of gear, even if you love it, if you have it long enough, you're eventually going to have a couple of things about it that you're not particularly fond of. First of all, being a single wall tent, there is going to be condensation, and last night, with the temperatures getting down to about freezing, and with all the dampness of the location where I am anyway, and then it raining last night, there was a lot of condensation. It was almost, not quite, but almost raining from the roof, just from the condensation. And that was not rain coming in, that was just condensation. There was just significant amounts of condensation. Then, and I mentioned, the size of it, and as it turns out, that is a pro and a con. It's nice to have all that space, but this tent has such a big footprint that sometimes it's difficult to find a perfect spot to set up. So that would be a con. And aside from that, aside from those two things, there's nothing about this tent that I dislike. I really like everything about this tent except for those two things. So those are my thoughts on the Gossamer Gear the 2. If you have any thoughts about the single wall tents and the Gossamer Gear the 2 in particular, let me know in the comments.